Hello! Welcome to another episode of Planet Zoo in our Little Asia Zoo. Now, on this particular video, we are going to make a Gharial exhibit, but I kind of started with making the background of the exhibit first before I went into and make the actual exhibit. I was thinking because when I first made the file, like the world of the zoo, I chose that they generate us this random terrain kind of thing, and I actually really like this hill, like this mountain, this hillside. And I was thinking maybe we can make like this little pocket of water, and we can make like this waterfall that come from the top to the bottom part and into the Gauriel enclosure. Now, I haven't really finished it on this episode, but I started working on it at least, and I actually really like how it looks like right now. It doesn't take that long for me to make this exhibit. I think it took me around 6 hours, which for me it's not as long as the others. But again, the one thing that I kept telling myself is how good it would be if we have some sort of fish in the pack. Like, I really want there to be assorted fishes, like a saltwater fish or a freshwater fish, because it's just going to add more to the ambience, to the whole zoo feel. But maybe, just maybe, they will add a whole DLC of saltwater and freshwater fish, and it's going to be a dream. I'm going to buy that DLC as soon as I can, and I'm just going to make a new video right away if I can, if it will come out. But yeah, we're talking about the Gauriel now, and I don't think I really put that much detail, that much thought into like the land area of the exhibit, because again, I don't know why, but later on when I check like the places that they can go, I can't really see. I don't know why, but maybe because Gauriel is spend a lot more time in the water. They don't really count the land area, that they can go into the land area, but I promise you that they can go to the land area in the exhibit. It's not that high, and it's not that steep, and they can, because I saw them go to the land area. So if you see the road, the path that we have in the middle of the hill, in the middle of the mountain, it's going to be changed. At first I thought it was a good idea, but then after a while I was thinking, okay, Gauriel spends a lot of their time in the water. I feel like I need to make like an underwater viewing area, and I don't have that. I really don't want to make it, but I think for a zoo it's going to be something that people will look forward to. So later on in the video, I decided to make an underground viewing area after I detailed the exhibit, which is not a good idea, but I just thought it's going to look really nice if I have one. So later on in the video, in the middle of the hill, like underneath the mountain, I chose to make the underground viewing area over there. And because it's such a long walk, I finally decided that in the mountain there's going to be a reptile exhibit, a reptile area where people can look at reptiles, because I don't think people appreciate reptile enough. Me personally, in real life, I love reptiles. I really want to have pet reptiles, but unfortunately for now I can't, but maybe in the future I will have one. So yeah, I was thinking because the whole idea for the zoo is that it's going to be natural. I decided to make it look like some sort of a cave looking thingy for all the reptiles exhibit. And because from the pack that I don't really have a lot of reptiles that comes from Southeast Asia or Asia in general. I decided that for this whole reptile cave, it's just going to be reptiles from all around the world that I already have in the pack. Later, when I have more packs, when I have more DLC, I'm hoping I'm just going to add more to the reptile cave, and I feel like the reptile cave is going to be something that's going to be progressing a lot. Like, it's not ever going to be finished. I'm just going to add more to that area as long as I still have space. But it's going to be something that we're working on in the future. The next thing that we are working on right here is that I'm trying to put some sand in the enclosure, because apparently Gharial really likes sand and I don't really like sand, so that's a big problem. So I was just trying to put some sand and cover it up with like some leaves, some trees, some plants, but at the end I think I managed to get all the sand, just like the minimum amount of sand that I put in the enclosure. I know that I don't have to put it because, again, it's not like a career one, like it's a creative mode, but I still want the Gauriel to have an enclosure where they will enjoy if it's real life. But yeah, we put some sand, and I was just trying to see. I was just trying a bunch of trees because I'm kind of getting bored of the same trees. Like, I know it's a Southeast Asia, it's an Asian themed zoo, but I do want to add different variation of trees, which I will be able to when I get to like the colder area of Asia. But it's not going to be now. We're still working on like the hotter area of it. One thing that saved me while I was making this enclosure was that I found the settings where I can just put plants according like to the surface, which I didn't know exists until when I was making this Gharial enclosure. Basically, you can put plants following the curve of the terrain, and that helped me a lot. That saved so much of my time while I was making this. And the other thing that I found was that, well, actually I found it before, but I didn't really pay attention to it, is the clarity of the water. Because Gauriel spends a lot of their time in the water, I decided to put a lot more detail into the bottom part of the water area. And with me making the water as clear as possible in the game, I can actually see from outside of the water, and I don't have to like put my camera under the water for me to be able to see. And that saved so much of my time. Like, I was doing that for, I think, the flamingo and the Bengal tiger enclosure, and oh my goodness, that I spent so much time on those. But yeah, I'm glad that I found those, and I'm going to do that again on the next enclosures if there's going to be water in it, which I'm pretty sure there's going to be some. But it was fun. It was a fun discovery. Yeah, I'm just putting a lot of cattails and reeds around the enclosure. Put some moss stones and rocks. Oh, and I was experimenting with different types of logs that I can put under the water, like a submerged log, to make it feel like it's been there for so long, like the pond is established and it's not a new pond, like it's not a new clear pond, but it's been there for so long that there are logs submerged in the water. And again, it's going to look very good if there are fishes. If there's none, but it's okay. I hope we'll get that in the future. When I was making this enclosure, the Gauriel had babies, And I will be putting some shots in the cinematic later on the baby Gharial because they're so cute. They are so small. I love them so much and I want more of them. And it's so cute. I can't. In the cinematic as well, I will show the opening, the path opening for where we are going to make the reptile area, the small reptiles area that will be in the mountain. Basically, it's going to be like at the front before you can see the Gharial from like underwater viewing area. You can make a choice to go to the new reptile area, which is going to be in the mountain. And I am very excited about that, but that is going to be a project, not in the near future. I want to make other enclosures for people to go to, or we can make some community area where we can put like the restaurants and where they eat, the cafeteria and stuff like that. But I will stop talking now and I will let you enjoy the rest of the video, which are not going to be for too long because this one is more on the shorter side. It's not really that short, but it's shorter than the 2 episodes before this, I think. Thank you again for staying with me, for hearing me rambling. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the comment section on what do you think about the enclosure and what enclosures you want to see next. And if you can hear it, I'm sorry for the different audio quality because I recorded this on 2 different days. Don't forget to stay for the cinematic at the end of the episode, and I hope I can see all of you in the next one. Bye!